and a very warm welcome to this month's Pacecast. I'm Anita Pace. Thank you for joining us. So we've come to the end of the year. It's December, and because it's the last one of the year, we're going to do it a bit different this time. So I'm very pleased to say that I'm joined on the sofa in the studio by Emma. Woo! Emma is our production assistant in Pace, and she's normally behind the camera recording this for our listeners and our viewers. But because it's on the run up to Christmas, we thought we'd do something a bit more festive. So I understand that Emma has some questions in this box that I'm now holding that I've not had sight of that she's going to ask me. So hello, Emma. Thanks for doing this.
As everyone says, thanks for inviting me on. It's lovely to be here.
How do you feel being this side of the camera?
I mean, for the Pacecast, it's a bit weird because I'm normally sat behind it. And now I'm on the sofa and I just watch people talk, but I need to actually talk this time. So it is a bit strange, but yeah.
You'll be fine. You're normally good at talking. It's not
I know. After a coffee, I'm always good at talking. So we'll see what questions I've got in store for you.
All right then, shall we go for it? So where are these questions come from?
So these questions are a mixture of, quite a few are mine, some people from the office. Quite a lot of them are mine.
Are they?
Yeah.
You've been kind to me.
They're a mixture. There's some Christmassy, some like marketing related, some about next year.
Okay, cool.
It's a big one.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Shall I delve in?
Yeah, delve in.
Right.
Am I picking or are you picking them? You pick them. You pick them because I haven't got my glasses on, so I can't read them anyway.
I can pick them. First one. Ooh. Marketing predictions for 2025.
Yeah.
What do you think they are?
Marketing predictions. I think AI will probably be used more universally in marketing. But I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think people are just using it as a tool. I still think you need original thinking and creativity that we can add to it. But I think it will just become more of the norm, which we're seeing already this year, really. So that's maybe not such a big thing. What else do I think? I would hope that brands would still recognise that the most important marketing they can do is to invest in the brand, and that sales activation and performance marketing will not succeed unless there's also the brand marketing as well. So I know marketing budgets tend to be cut when times are harder, but it's actually the best time to invest in the brand is when so that you've got a much stronger position in the market when the tide turns and you're front of mind at the point of purchase.
Yeah. I think a lot of brands might invest more into TikTok platforms.
Yeah.
I feel like they'll realise how good and how it reaches such a wider audience that they'll think maybe they should jump on it. And even the ones that you wouldn't expect that might be a bit more of a
serious brand.
Serious brand that wouldn't really be on TikTok. But you see them all now, they just do these crazy things, they get seen, and I think that'll really skyrocket.
We love TikTok.
We do love TikTok. TikTok famous. Even Tilly.
Yes. Tilly's our dog, office dog.
Yes. She loves TikTok as well.
Question number 2.
Ding, ding. What is on your Christmas dinner? And what is one thing that you would remove from it? Because everyone loves to know what's on people's Christmas dinners.
Oh, right, okay. Well, we don't eat meat in our house. Normally we don't eat meat. So there's no turkey. So what is it? It tends to be the traditional Christmas dinner, but without the turkey, believe it or not. Which sounds... But it's really tasty because you still got all the vegetables and all the... it sounds weird that you have cranberry sauce without the turkey, but we do.
Do you mix it with your vegetables?
Yeah.
Do you have bread sauce?
No, we don't have bread sauce, no. But
do you have veggie pigs in blankets or just no pigs in blankets?
No pigs in blankets, no.
Yorkshire pudding?
Yeah, we do tend to have Yorkshire pudding. Having said all that, we're going to my mum's this Christmas, so I suspect...
completely different.
I suspect that's what we're having.
Yeah, you come up with some soup or plain dish.
Is there anything I wouldn't have? Well, the turkey.
The turkey, that's what you'd remove.
Yeah.
But from your plate, if you don't have meat anyway, so what would you remove from your... You've put everything on from your plate and you have to remove one thing.
Because I don't like it? Or...
No, just because you have to. You might love it, but you have to.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. Gosh.
That you were forced to remove one
Forced to
item.
remove it?
Yeah. You weren't allowed to start until you removed it. What would it be?
Random question.
People love dinner questions.
Gosh. Maybe a single roast potato.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
because like
you can have too many potatoes.
Yeah.
I'd remove probably parsnips. I
Would
have
you?
them,
Yeah.
but
Honey roast parsnips.
yeah, they're nice, but everything else is just a bit more top tier. So the parsnips can go.
Okay.
If I had a choice. Number 3. We should have done it like the bingo. The bingo call outs. Ooh. This is an honesty question.
Oh gosh.
Be honest. Have you ever re-gifted a Christmas present, and what was it?
I will have done, for sure. But I can't remember. It probably would have been alcohol, maybe wine.
That's understandable.
Champagne, which I'm always very grateful to receive, obviously, but you get quite a lot sometimes.
And if you're not a regular drinker of it.
Yeah, I would struggle to drink it all, I think. And then sometimes you might be caught out. Someone might come round and you haven't got a gift for them and you have to quickly scrabble something together. So
Look in the alcohol cupboard.
We tend to have, I'm sure everyone has this, the gift bags that you get gifts in, we keep them all. So there's always bottle bags.
Yeah.
And there's usually an unopened bottle of bubbles. God, I'm giving that. So yes, sorry if anyone comes around to our house.
But that'd be nice because you may as well re-gift if you're not, re-gift to a better home.
Yeah, because otherwise it might not get used and someone else can enjoy it. It's all about giving.
Yeah.
It's not receiving, it's all about the giving.
And I agree. If you have something that you're not as fond of and you think someone else will make more use of it, why not?
Yeah.
It's because I'm sustainable.
Yeah, I'm not... I would prefer red wine, let's say, over champagne anyway.
Well, yeah. I don't like red wine, so I'd prefer champagne.
Oh,
yeah.
I'll remember
give me the
that.
champagne.
I'll remember that.
Yeah.
I know who to give it to then.
Give them all to me. Number 4. Oh, this is a good one. This was probably my favourite question. If you could live as one of your employees for a day, who would you pick and what would you do?
Oh my God. Oh, that's a really good question. Who would I pick? Gosh. You've all got such fantastic jobs. You're all so lucky. I'm just torn.
Exactly, that's it. It's just so hard.
Sure.
But it could be like, what they do at the weekend or something. It doesn't have to be.
Oh, I don't really know.
Or it could be any. Just a person's life.
Swap places with in their life.
Well, if you could be.
Gosh.
If you could be.
I might swap places with John just so I can understand how his mind works.
Yeah.
give me insight into the world of John.
No, because then you'd be running for trains for the day.
Yeah. So John's our art director. He lives in Beverley and he struggles to get into work most days because of the train situation.
The Northern Rails.
It's a bit of an ongoing joke that is, where's John? Because he's never in the office.
And then you'll know where he is because you will be living as him.
The elusive John.
That's quite funny.
And then when he's in the office, I do wonder how his mind works sometimes because we're so polar opposite.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because
having said that, Caroline, our client director in client services, she's another one. I think people who are very different to me in terms of their mind. So they're both yellows in terms of their colour personality profile, and I'm a red, and we're wired very differently.
You can tell. Yeah, those two. I think they're very
similar.
Interesting.
They're very similar in how their mind
just
works.
The mind just going constantly, 100 miles an hour.
You're being very polite. I would say all over the place. Yeah. Let's move on.
They might be listening.
Hopefully they are listening.
They are listening. Hello. We're on number 5. Do you think people are too obsessed with Christmas? Amy.
You talk about Amy in our team. No, I don't think so. I think Christmas is a nice time of year. It reminds us all about what's important. And I'm not talking about the material gift side. I'm talking about being with people who matter, who are important to you, spending quality time with family and friends, and just taking some time out to be present with each other, I guess. So Yeah, so it's a nice time of year. I do feel that it's starts earlier every year, and I don't know if that's because of the way people are feeling at the moment. They want something to feel good about, and I do think we all spend too much money on Christmas, myself included. But I do think it's a nice time of the year generally, and we get to do fun stuff like this.
Yeah, I agree. I think people think November's like the sorry if your birthday's in November, but it's like the odd month out. So it's like Halloween in October, and then people are like, right, what's the next celebration? It's Christmas, so let's just start. I know, but that you don't really decorate your house with bonfire night, whereas Halloween you kind of decorate it. So it's like the next kick. Yeah,
I think January and February are harder months though to get January through. Yeah.
I just hate January. It's like such a sluggy month.
It is, unfortunately. But let's enjoy what's
Yes, we haven't got through December yet. I'm excited about Christmas and the Christmas parties. Question number 6. In your opinion, what brand's marketing has really flopped this year? Or is there a campaign you've seen in 2024 that you've been disappointed in or by and that hasn't quite hit the mark?
God, there will be loads. I just can't think of any. I am going to say something about the recent Jaguar debate because it has been so topical in the last few weeks, because there's been all this conversation about Jaguar's teaser and how it didn't feature a car and how they'd lost the heritage. But I do wonder if the fact we're all talking about it, and because everyone was very critical of the teaser campaign, because it didn't feature the car and they've rebranded the logo, etc., it did make people sit up and take note of when they launched the concept car.
Yeah.
So they actually got what they wanted. They got people talking about it. They got people noticing the product launch. They got people talking about the concept car. And none of that would have happened if they'd just launched the car without doing all the bit before. So I think we'll wait and see how successful it is, i.e. will they sell any of the cars, which is ultimately what it's all about. But marketing to some degree is all about the talkability, and I think they've definitely generated some talkability. So I perhaps wasn't as critical of it as some other people were at the time of the teaser campaign. Having said that, I do recognise the strength in the heritage of the brand, which maybe should have been emphasised a little more. So I'm mentioning that one because it's so recent. Other things, I'm going to turn it on you. Have you? Have you got an example of something being done badly?
I think there was. Didn't Dove have some backlash this year about the products that they'd used?
Oh, they did. Was it with the sustainability side of it? Yeah.
Which, because I quite like Dove's adverts and how they promote young women and, being yourself. And young and old. And I feel like I did quite agree with their sustainability area, that they shouldn't have. They kind of need to think that through a bit more. I don't think maybe it wasn't a campaign, but it was what people picked up on that sparked their earlier campaigns to be a bit like, ooh. Yeah. But yeah.
It was a bit hypocritical when the positioning is all about doing the right thing, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I quite like Dove, so I was a bit like, oh, what are you doing?
Would you still buy the product?
Yes. Well, yeah, probably. But if there's others, I wouldn't be. I could leave it if I had to.
Okay.
But yeah, it'd be like, oh, I remember that everyone's talking about Dove not being very
talking about it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. Question number 7.
I'm pleased you're keeping record of how many we're doing.
I know, it's quite hard actually. I'm really trying to think about that. A mental note. What are your New Year's resolutions, if you have any?
Do you know what? I don't normally have one, but I did say to somebody, who was I talking to yesterday? I did actually say it out loud. And when I said it, I deliberately said it out loud because I thought if I do commit to it, if I say it out loud, I'm more likely to commit to it. So I have said, and I'm going to say it now on this.
Oh, it's recorded, everyone.
I'm going to give up sugar for the month of January. I'm not going to commit to more than the month of January. Because I've done it before and I gave up sugar for, I think, about a year. It was a few years ago. And I felt so much better for it and I didn't miss it. And once you get over the cold turkey, because it is apparently it's as addictive as heroin. So when you stop taking it, you
probably believe that.
taking it. When you stop eating sugar, you do have very, very bad withdrawal symptoms, like headache and everything. But once you've come through that, you don't miss it, because you've come through it, and you do feel so much better, and it is so bad for you. When I say that, I still have natural sugar and fruit and stuff.
I was going to say, you mean, sometimes
like
pasta sauces, they have a bit of sugar in.
No, I'm not completely saying all sugars. I'm just meaning the processed sugars.
The majority of sugars.
Yeah, and I can't believe I've said that, but that means I'm going to indulge in chocolate over Christmas.
I know, I was going to say that I could never. I gave up Christmas. I gave up chocolate for Lent one time. I'm not even that religious, but it was a challenge for myself. I gave up chocolate over Lent, and
that's 40 days. That's even.
Oh, longer. I know, it was really hard. I was really sad because I love chocolate. I love hot chocolate. I love any type of chocolate biscuits, and I had to give it all up. I didn't have to, I chose to, but I wouldn't do it again.
You wouldn't do it again?
No, because it just gives me that bit of happiness, and why would I give up something that makes me happy?
Yeah, damn, because you're making me feel bad, and I've now committed to it.
But I won't. Well, bringing fruit in the office for anyone's birthdays in January. No chocolate allowed. I think you can do it.
Well, I've said it now, so I'm going to have to.
Well.
Anyway, are you going to have a New Year's resolution?
No, probably not. See, there's not. No, I don't really think. I don't. I say stuff and I never stick to it, so I don't think I should. I don't think I have any.
Yeah. Okay.
None that's. I mean,
you can support me from afar.
Yeah, I'll do that. That's my New Year's resolution. Supporting you, giving up sugar. I'll eat all your sugar.
Yeah,
that's mine. Number 8. If you could bring back one toy or gift craze from Christmas past, what would it be?
Oh, I'm going to get all nostalgic now about my childhood, which obviously was a very, very long time ago, Emma.
Only 20 years ago.
You're so kind. Oh, God. You see, I remember Christmas when you used to get like real toys and not all the junk you get these days.
See, I know I'm not the same age bracket, but I also remember getting nice little dolls and little wooden things.
Yeah. I can't really think of a particular thing. I can tell you about the Christmas I remember most. I mean, I remember I've got lots of fond memories of Christmas when I was growing up. It was my dad's not with us anymore, but it was my dad's favourite time of the year, and as a family we did lots at Christmas. But I remember one Christmas, and I was a bit older, so maybe I was 12, 13, and I didn't want toys anymore, but I was really into sport. So we'd done a Christmas list, as you often got asked to do, and I'd put on it all these things, and there was things like a netball, a hockey stick, a tracksuit, and it was just a list of sports equipment. This was long before the days of Sports Direct. And I think there was a tennis racket and
just all the sports things you can get. The list goes on.
But like very practical things.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got.
Did you get all of them?
I can't remember if I got everything on the list. I don't think I would have got everything, but I certainly got a lot of. I mean, it was very practical stuff, so my parents probably felt it was very useful things to get me.
Yeah, and get you out of the house and doing stuff.
And I was just so overjoyed that I got all this sports equipment for this Christmas.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's a nice memory though as well, because it's because you still like sports and you still do a lot of sports, so it's a nice one that from your childhood you follow through still.
I couldn't believe how lucky I was to get all this sports equipment. I wonder if my mum remembers. She probably didn't even remember it. But
do you still have any of it?
God, no.
Well, I didn't know if you had like the tennis racket still hung up in your garage or something.
No.
You've replaced
but
it.
I do remember it all. There was a tracksuit, and I remember everything. Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
So you'd bring back
traditional, useful Christmas presents.
Yes,
non-plastic tat.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yes. And the packaging, that really, 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 really irritates me. All the unnecessary packaging that you get on specifically toys and stuff these days.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just awful.
I remember, I don't know if it was for someone's birthday or at Christmas, but there was this toy that came in this big cardboard box for me and my brother, and then there's a picture of us just playing in the cardboard box for the whole day, like pretending it was like a car or something, just running around. And it just shows you that the present really didn't matter. We just wanted the box. But we had a lot of fun with that box. don't have it now, obviously.
Christmas is lovely when you're little.
I know.
Or when you've got little ones.
Yeah. And then, I saw, it was on TikTok actually, the other day. It's like, when did you stop? When you don't realise when you stop believing in... No, I can't say this.
When you stop believing?
Well, in like the Christmas as you did when you were a child.
Yeah.
So that type of feeling, you don't realise when it's gone.
I know.
And then you look back and you're like, oh, actually, when I was that age, it just feels so different now, doesn't it?
And you see it the same. So when you have children, you'll experience the same thing. So when your children are little and it's all that magic and it's wonderful. And then as they get older and maybe their belief is less
magical.
Magical, yes, let's just call it that. It does lose a bit of its magic because it's still a celebration, obviously, but it's it's just not as magical. So, but yeah.
I think if I were to bring back something from the Christmassy past, my past, it would be like the feeling I got on Christmas Day when you go downstairs and you're not allowed to go into the living room until everyone's ready. It's like open the door. Yeah. You're like, oh, he's been. Yeah. I think that I'd bring back that. That would be nice. Yeah. I still feel that. I just pretend.
Yeah, well, there's nothing to pretend. It's whether he's been or not.
Exactly.
We still video the girls coming, seeing it all around the Christmas tree in the morning. I don't know when we're going to stop doing that, maybe.
Over the years.
Let me get the phone. I've got to film this bit.
The camcorder's changed to an iPhone.
Yes.
Oh, no, it's a nice feeling on Christmas Day. Yeah. I think everyone feels
And then
same.
there's the anticlimax, so it's all done and dusted. It's like, okay.
Yeah, after
that's that then for another year.
And Christmas dinner. Round 2. So, question 9, I believe. What is your PB at running, and what time would you want to achieve in 2025 if you could have an ideal time at running?
Well, it depends what event.
What's your top event? Is it the 400?
400 I did when I raced, yeah.
What was your
and I did
PB?
about 55 seconds. But
that's good.
Yeah, thanks.
That's pretty good, that.
I couldn't do that now, though. Gosh, that was years ago.
But when you did that years ago, was that your target time?
No, as an athlete, you always want to go faster. So that was my PB. So PB stands for personal best. So to get in the GB squad at that time, you would have probably had to be doing 52s to get a relay place.
3 seconds.
Which is a lot in a sprint. It is a lot.
That's pretty good there.
You'd have to go faster than that these days because times move on, people get quicker, the technology's got quicker, the gear, the spikes you wear, the track you run on, it's all improved with technology, so they're all getting quicker. That's why world record and nutrition and training all improve, so that's why times come down. So you wouldn't even get in the squad at 52, 51 now. You'd have to be doing 50, 49 for 400, so 55 wouldn't even, you'd just be...
Yeah, but when you did it, it was very good.
It was decent. So yes, so could I do that now? No, but I still love athletics. I still train. Our youngest does it now. She does 800s and she's, touch wood,
800s, that's good.
She's pretty decent. She's a county champion and unbeaten in the region this year, and it's only her first season at 800, and that's
brilliant.
She's doing really well. So so I'm living it vicariously.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, come on, unbeaten. That's good.
At 800 in her age group. I don't want to make too big a deal out of it, but she's doing well.
Oh, that's very impressive. That's a good one. Yeah, I like that one. Question number 10. If you could hire a famous Christmas character, who would it be and why?
Oh, that's a good question.
And maybe for what job role that would be?
Oh God!
Well,
you
no,
mean I just hire as in employee for Pace? Wow. I'm just trying to think of all the big Christmas movies and
like Scrooge and Kevin from Home Alone.
Yeah, I did think about Kevin from Home Alone because he's so practical, good at solving problems. Obviously, very smart. Yeah, I don't know how old he was in the movie, but I'm trying. I think there's lots of characters I'm thinking of, but I don't know how their character would work in the Pace team.
Rudolph. An elf?
I thought of Elf, and I thought of Bruce Willis and Die Hard. Not that we need saving from anything. I thought about Love Actually because that's probably my favourite movie. You
could hire lots of little elves and they could all just...
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm quite happy with the Pace team as they are, though. I don't think we need any Christmas help.
No Christmas help from Christmas. We make Christmas as it is. Yeah. Too good for the characters. Question 11. What is your favourite Pace Christmas campaign?
Oh, the first one we did, the Mariah Carey.
The dancing
video, yeah.
I wasn't in that one.
Oh, right, yeah.
No, but I've seen it. It's all right. I've seen it and it looked fun.
It was amazing fun. Well, it's my favourite Christmas song. So I said, well, I want to do something with this song. And I said, I want to do something where we're dancing. And I wanted to do something that was a surprise. So I was heavily influencing what we were doing.
Yeah, you're dancing now.
And we got in a proper choreographer to teach us a dance routine. So we were rehearsing in the weeks up to Christmas, which was hysterical. We had such good fun doing it.
Yeah.
And people were very sceptical at first. I don't want to dance. I don't want to dance to Mariah Carey. But we had a good laugh doing it and everyone enjoyed it. And then the end result was really good and it got really good feedback when we launched it. So we've done a few things since then, but I don't think anything's topped that, to be honest. I think it's still the best. And the original and the best.
Your favourite Christmas song as well. Yeah. So.
And I do love that song, even though I know it gets played to death. But just the first few chords of it every year, and I just think, oh, it's Christmas because it's Mariah Carey.
It sparks it off, doesn't it? You're like, right, it's it now. We're celebrating.
And it's such a feel-good song. It just puts you in a good mood. And I remember one year I was going to see my friend in Australia. She lived over there. I'm going back a long time ago now in Sydney. And obviously Christmas in Australia is very different. And I'd flown over on my own and I'd got off the plane and it was Christmas Eve. And I got straight off the plane and we were going out to party because it was Christmas Eve. And I was staying in her apartment and she put on Mariah Carey because she knew that I like it. And it just set the tone for the whole night and we had the best night.
And I literally just got off the plane?
I got off the plane, but I was so high. I think I'd had a bit of sleep on the plane. I was so high because it was Christmas Eve. I'd just arrived in Sydney for a great holiday with one of my best friends. And we'd listen to Mariah Carey while we were getting ready to go out, and then we had a great night.
We went out on Christmas Eve in Australia. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That's
and then we were very hungover on Christmas Day, but then we spent the day at the beach, and then we went to a Christmas lunch party thing, and it was good. It was good.
Wow.
I can tell you some stories. I know. That's a whole other podcast.
That sounds really fun, actually.
Yeah,
I've never spent Christmas Day anywhere but the UK.
Yeah, it's very different doing it in Australia.
That'll be nice and warm, though. A weird warm.
Yeah, it is weird. People wearing Christmas hats like this and bikinis and...
When it's supposed to be all like cosy and fires on.
Yeah.
This is number 11, maybe. What is your biggest regret since opening Pace and you can't say hiring Ian?
As if I would. Biggest regret?
If you have any, if you don't.
I don't think I've got any regrets because it's the best thing, one of the best things I've ever done because I've got 2 beautiful children. Husband, obviously.
Get them all in. And a dog.
No, setting up Pace was one of the best things I've ever done. Any regrets? There's been times when it's been really tough, really shitty.
But it always would be.
Yeah. There's been days when I've thought, oh my God, and I've had imposter syndrome, or I've thought, I don't know what I'm doing, or... but I don't say I have any regrets because you learn from stuff you do. I make mistakes quite a lot as well. Obviously, we all do, and I just learn from that. I think, right, I'm not going to do that again. Any regrets? I think there's been some clients that haven't necessarily been right for us, and we've not been right for them, but we've learned from that. Similarly, we've employed people, and we've not been a good fit for them, and equally, they've not been right for us. But people come and go, so
it's just the way the cookie crumbles.
It is, yeah. No regrets. Maybe a regret is not doing it sooner, but then I do think if I'd maybe set up a business in my 20s or 30s, I wouldn't have had the experience that I could have brought when I set it up in my...
Yeah.
Well, how old had I been? Late 40s probably when I set up Pace. 2050, yeah.
Wow, yeah. No, yeah. There's always things that you wish you could change, really, but a regret is quite a strong word. So.
I think one of my, it's not a regret, but is it a worry? It's not even a worry. I feel like I'm running out of time. There's so much I want to do with Pace. Like I've got so many plans and so much ambition for the company, and I feel like there's only so much runway that I personally have got.
Yeah.
And I think, God, I still want to do this and I still want to do this, and it's scary how quickly the time's passing. Like I cannot believe it's December again. This year has gone so quick, and we've done a lot this year and it's been a great year, but there's so much more I want to do, and I think, God, I've got to quickly get on with it, and I'm impatient. I want to get on with it because I don't know how many more years physically I can do it. Oh, because I can't. I'm fit and healthy, and I want to carry on as long as I possibly can. I have no plans to retire, but age slows down for nobody. So there's I can't. So there will be a point in time where I have to say, right, I've got to step back. I can't do this anymore, and there's so much I still want to do before I do that.
Yeah, because you see the visions, and then you just want it to happen, but it can't right now because it's just
I get frustrated. I want to do so much, and things for whatever reason we can't, for different reasons. And I think, oh God,
come on, do it.
Pace by name and pace by nature, as you all know.
The PB. Number 12. What is the strangest reason someone has given for not coming into work?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
No names, just the reason.
I can't not mention John again.
Funny
some
ones.
Of John's excuses have been surreal. I can't, because I don't want to embarrass him, but there's been times when I've just thought, really?
It's not train related.
Not train related, but he... I don't know if you've been at some of the Christmas... So every year at our Christmas parties, we have these awards, don't we?
Yeah.
So we have the serious awards, but we also have the jokey awards. And I think certainly maybe 2 consecutive years, John's won the Oscar for the most dramatic performance.
Yeah, he won that last year.
Was it last year?
Yeah.
He's won it more than once. And it tends to be something why you can't come into it. There's a few I can mention. One is that I do remember, but I don't know if I can say it really, because I don't want to upset him. But
there's just been some funny ones.
There's been some funny ones. He always seems to be, let's just say he always seems to suffer more than most people.
No. Self-inflicted suffering. Has there been reasons from other people that have just been not just, I feel unwell, or my car's broken down? Has there been
we've had those. We've had car ones. We've had I guess this is slightly different. Hasn't Kaz or Caroline come in on a day she wasn't supposed to be in, or something like that? I feel like she's done something like that.
It's a strange one. I don't think I was there when.
Oh, she's come
on
in
a day off,
or yeah, wasn't she? Oh, she didn't. Maybe she didn't actually come in. She didn't realise it was a bank holiday or something. There's been something like that.
That's what you trick your kids into saying.
I'm sure she's got up or something and then got ready for work, and then she's realised at the last minute that it isn't actually a working day or something like that. But
she just knocks on the office door like no one turns up.
I don't think she actually turned up, but yeah, there'll be lots. I mean, we'll be 10 years old next year, and there's been a lot of people.
10 reasons why people haven't come in. Write a book on it. That's quite a funny one.
Good question.
A couple left now. This is 13. What is the hardest thing about running an agency, and does this change at Christmas time?
Oh gosh, the hardest thing. There are a lot of hard things. There's a lot. I think not just an agency, but I think there's an expectation when you're the leader of a business that you've got to be performing at a certain level of have a certain level of energy all the time, because people are looking up to you, people are looking for you for the drive and the inspiration, and that's right. They should. That's your role. You're there to set the standard, to provide that direction, and to provide that inspiration, so people feel inspired to do their job and want to do it. But it can be exhausting, because there's days when you are just tired. There's days when you just perhaps aren't firing on all cylinders, the expectation and your role is not to be like that. It's to be full on, to be the energy, to be the positive person in the room. And I am naturally a positive person, so I don't find it hard being positive, but there are days when I feel less positive just because I could be tired or just got so much on and my mind is, I'm thinking about all these different things, and yet you go into a room and you're expected to have that energy and positivity. And I think it's a lot for one person, which is why you need a strong team around you to complement you and bring some energy into the room as well. So I think maybe something like that. But I don't think that's unique to agencies. I think that's in any organisation.
And I guess when you're such a positive person, like an upbeat person, when you're having those low days, it's more obvious.
Yes.
Than others who are a bit more like monotone, just getting on with it.
Yeah.
If you're just really happy and then suddenly you're sad, it's like, oh God, what's up with you? Nothing. I'm just having one of those. Having one of those days.
She's very quiet today. What's going on? What's going on?
I just don't want to talk to anyone.
So sometimes I feel like I've got to turn it on when I don't really feel like it. But I don't. It's not that I'm not complaining about having to do it, because it is my job and it's my part of my role, so I'm happy to do it, but sometimes it's just harder than others. And everyone, because all eyes are on you in a way, so it's more pressure. I do think that about a radio DJ sometimes. So I don't know if you listen to the radio. I know it's a dying art, but
I like Roman Kemp.
Yeah, well, he's not on Capital anymore, though, is he?
No, well, when he was on, I like listening to him.
So if you listen to any of the breakfast radio DJs, I think that about them some mornings. I think, God, it must be so hard. I mean, they get paid a fortune to do it, so that probably helps. But to be so upbeat and happy, and that's what you want when you listen to radio. You don't want to listen to people moaning and groaning, do you? So it's like, God, there must be
all
days
day, every day.
Yeah.
And then,
it's not all day, but they have to perform for however 3-4 hours every morning.
And they're just talking into a mic like this, but no one, they don't know who's listening.
No.
But then people want to enjoy their
I think
voice
that's why maybe it's a young man. Well, I shouldn't say young woman, but actually saying that, some of the breakfast DJs are older, aren't they? So I don't know. But anyway, yes, being on all the time, I think that's hard for anybody, really.
Yeah, draining sometimes. What's the most chaotic... Oh, sorry, is it 13?
Is it talking about John again?
Just the word chaotic. That's it. What's the most chaotic thing you've seen happen in a client meeting? If there is anything.
I wouldn't say it's chaotic, but the thing that happens over and over again is the technology doesn't work.
Yeah.
And that's normal in any meeting.
down or connectors not working.
You're going to present a pitch and you've rehearsed it, your presentation's slick, you know exactly what you're going to do, you're really proud of the work you're going to present, and then you turn up early and you get there to set it all up and
you've had a deep breath
and it doesn't work. The connector doesn't work, the screen doesn't work, the audio doesn't work, and you can't.
It was like that bit at uni for me when we had to, in lockdown, we had to go on Teams, and we did a lot of presenting our ideas to each other because I did creative advertising, and you got all you pitch ready and you inserted some videos and everything. But if you were sat somewhere with bad Wi-Fi and you were trying to present your pitch to all you mates, the other students on the call, and it was buffering, and then they're like, Emma, I can't see it. Emma, it's not loading. Oh my God. And you spent ages on it. And it's God, I don't know what to do, because it's it's lockdown. You have to just adapt, and it's just going wrong. Yeah. But you can't help it. It's just everyone realises it's one of those things, isn't
presenting on Teams or Zoom. Oh my God, the worst. The absolute worst. I hate Teams. I hate Zoom. Well, let's not get even onto remote working, but just need to be together in a room.
Yeah. Bounce off each other.
Yeah.
You know what? I think.
Have we got any left?
We do, actually. What are we? I'll quickly look at these. Oh, this is actually quite a good one. 14. I say that about all of them, probably because I wrote them.
And I feel like we've done question 13 2 or 3 times, and now we're on 14. But that's fine. Who's counting?
Okay. If you could ban one buzzword or phrase from the office forever, what would it be? So something that you hear a lot in the office, you could just ban it. I'm late.
Yeah, I was going to say something like I can't, or I don't really hear that so much, but I like people to think positively about stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not we can't do something or I won't do something. It's like, okay, that might be tricky, but let's think of a way around it. So maybe something like that. Or is that a bit cringy? I'm trying to think if anyone says anything that... Oh, I know.
Oh, gosh. Oh, no. Something I say.
You was or we was.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it makes my skin crawl when I hear it, and I know it's just the way some people speak, but it's grammatically incorrect, and it.
Yeah, I can agree with that one actually.
Yes.
I will. Yeah,
and there are people in the Pace team who do say that. Let's move on.
Who you are? 15. If you could create a Christmas campaign with unlimited budget, what would it look like?
It would be involve us going out on location, doing
I like the sound of this
video in some snow-covered
go to the North
mountain,
Pole. France,
maybe North America.
Oh yeah, eat all that. Yeah,
yeah,
just dancing, making
very
snowmen,
very festive.
Meeting Santa.
Yeah, Santa would look like. Actually, can I say this? Because it's probably but he would be a good-looking Santa.
Yeah, okay, I'm
with
there.
some good-looking elves. Nah, seriously, no, it would be it'd be something like that, something really festive and on location in the snow.
I like that idea.
Yeah,
we'll do that next year.
Maybe we could redo Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas" original video where she's in the snow.
Yes,
we could go and film that all together,
rolling around. Yeah. Having fun.
Yeah. Or Last Christmas, Wham. They'll all go out to the ski chalet, don't
Clicking
they?
our fingers.
Yeah. Having Christmas. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. I rate that. Next year's. 16. If you had to pitch yourself in a job interview right now, what would your biggest selling point be?
My experience. There.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because you do have
you've got a lot of experience.
On my wit and charm and humour.
Yeah, back yourself. That's a good answer. I think that was our last question for our Christmas special. No more questions to ask.
Oh, thanks, Emma. That was good fun. Thanks for doing that. Did you enjoy it?
I did. I actually quite like sitting this side of the camera. I quite like just talking waffle. Yeah. But it was nice to be on the Christmas special.
Oh, thank you.
And everyone's in now the Christmas spirit.
Thank you. Thanks for good questions. Thank you. Right, that is it. That is our festive special over and done. So it only remains for me to wish you a very, very Merry Christmas. Thank you for listening to us this year. We hope you've enjoyed all the episodes and enjoyed listening to all our guests. I hope you have a fabulous Christmas with your family and a very happy and successful 2025. And we will see you after the Christmas holiday in January. Until then, bye-bye.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Woo! Christmas over and out.